quote one of the reviews on Amazon. One of the most boring, worthless aviation films I've ever seen. Don't buy it, don't even borrow it. You know what? That's rubbish. I utterly disagree, but it's not perfect. Do you want the good or do you want the bad bits first? I don't know. Do you prefer either way? Why don't we start off with the good points? Filming. Honestly, it's aviation pornography. I probably shouldn't say that, but it's absolutely beautifully shot. The camera angles, the clarity of the shots, the colour. You don't watch this movie, you experience it. There's a bit where there's a pit special, it does a loop round in the sky mixed to the music, and you just feel the emotion. I guess it is very much about that though. It is a love story as they describe it as, but at times that can feel a bit twee, particularly when you get the same melody, although I love the melody, playing for an hour and a quarter. Can you sustain that emotion? At times it also feels like there's just a lot of reminiscing going on about a bygone great age, and it didn't really say that, well, flying is alive and well now and today, and that I really miss from it. It also felt at times like you were watching other people having fun rather than putting you in the cockpit to share that. Do you know what I mean? You know, if you're a pilot already, then you'll be able to watch this and you'll be able to instantly relate to what people are saying. You know what it's like. But if you're not a pilot already, I think you might feel a little bit like you're stuck on the outside. It does sum up Van Nuys and perhaps California flying pretty well, but does it sum up flying generally? Perhaps not. You know, it's good weather all the time, lots of sunny evenings, you know. But is that the case with flying in Michigan or Seattle or Washington or France or Germany? So it is really a movie for pilots. I watched it with a couple of the team and we had a lot of mixed feelings. I quite liked it. But for a non-aviator, will you enjoy it? Not sure. Now, it is a documentary. It's clearly really, really well researched. There's some amazing pictures in there, really interesting stuff they've done with it. But at times it felt like you wanted just a few more facts that could be appreciated by a bigger audience, not just a sort of Van Nuys specific audience. You know, I guess one of the things with this is it felt like it was a small project which had grown huge. Actually, I'll say more about that later. It was good though in the sense that you got the feeling of how important GA was. You realised why it's so important, and they did get that across well, and that sort of unquestionable need for aviation and for airfields. It needed more pace. You knew where it was going half the time, but you just wanted them to kind of get on with it, and it lacked a bit of a conclusion as well. We kind of got to the end and went, oh, that's it. We were a little bit sort of surprised. One great thing though is they really have proved their abilities to make amazing movies here, and it looks like they're now using those skills to make something which is a bit more wide-ranging on general aviation as a whole. Now honestly, if they produce the same production quality and the same sort of feeling as they did with this, but with a bigger subject, I think this is going to be a must-see movie. That tune actually, Rob, our sales manager, he hated it. I actually quite like it. It's a really simple melody, but honestly, you're probably going to find yourself, if you are a pilot, flying along at some point in the future, humming away like that. Anyway, it'll stick in your mind. I assure you, it really is like that. So the production values are absolutely fantastic. You know, the aerial sequences are on par with Hollywood, if not blowing them away at times. And the way they mix the music and mix the sequences of aircraft flying is just stunning. But is the production values enough to carry it through for you? I was thinking about scoring this out of 10, and I thought, well, actually it's completely pointless, because every one of you will have a different perspective as to what you like from watching on aviation. So, yes, it's good. It's very, very well produced. Are you going to enjoy it? You can get it pretty cheap online right now. You can get it from Amazon and places like that. In fact, we've put a quick link on the website as well, just if you want to do it that way. It is cheap. And therefore, I think even if you're not that sure about it, it's worth watching because the visuals are just stunning.